What's up, Chic Squad? Back in the building with another video.
Amazing, outrageous. It's simple. I love it. Having you near me.
What's up, everybody? Showing love to the solo, taking it easy, and married mothers and brothers out there. If you're new to this channel, make sure you push that subscribe button and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. My name is Chica Amon, and we do a little bit of everything on this channel. So as you can read by the title, today I'll be reviewing the new show on OWN called Love&Marriage DC. So if you want to stay up to what I got to say about this show, stay tuned. We all know, if you are familiar with Love and Marriage and that show, we used to the Huntsville one. That was like the one that's been popping, that we've been watching and keeping up with and all that good stuff. So now they are bringing it closer to, my area, which is Maryland. So they doing it in DC. But, some of the people that's on the show is kind of actually from Maryland, so I guess they're doing like a DC vibe, thing to kind of pump it up a little bit. But it's still all good. It's still all good. But anyway, it's the new show. It's more closer to my area, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and review this show. I've been reviewing on my channel in the past, but this just give me something new to do, So I guess we can just get into the show. All right, let's get into it. So a lot of these characters are people on the show. We all remember Monique. We remember her from Potomac, the Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't know if she got kicked off of that show for the fight or if she just left because of the fight that she had with Candace. I don't know if y'all ever watched that show before, but she was on that show since I don't know if it was the beginning of the show or if it was somewhere in closer to the beginning of one of those seasons. But she was on the show heavy, but she ended up getting into a fight and then we didn't see her no more. So from my understanding, they have reached out to her, I guess, to start a show. I don't know if that's really how it went or if, they reached out to everybody individually, or if she kind of put this whole thing together and kind of found people that she kind of networked with that she felt like would be good for this show. I don't know. Who knows? But that's just what's going on. So it kind of kick off the show with Monique and her husband, and they kind of give us a little rundown of what's going on, with her and her beginning of, the show of Potomac and all of that and all that good stuff. So let's get into it, y'all. So we go into the pop-up shop. Monique has this lazy mom, I guess. Well, it's not I guess it's more like a business that she do a couple different businesses, and she do this lazy mom type business. So she had a pop-up shop. So there is where we kind of was introduced to all of the women that's going to be on the show for the most part. They introduced us to the lady. From watching the show, I realized her name is, what is it? Something Williams, but she got the bald head right here. You feel me? So it seemed like she gonna be on the show heavy, but when I seen her with the bald head or whatever, they was kind of going into they feel like she been having some issues, and what she has, because come find out, she is on her second divorce. And she don't look as old as the other ladies, so she don't seem like she that old, and she going through her second divorce, and she done cut her hair off. So you already know what that means when a woman cut their hair off. In which the lady, I'm not going to get her name. I don't want to get her name wrong, y'all, because I've been trying to get these names right, but I just put it across the screen, her name. But she's the older lady. She's the one that been married the longest. She's been married for 26 years. I want to say her name is Arnay, something like that. And she was kind of mentioning, when a lady cut their hair off, you know what that means. And of course, I've been there before. So if you go back on some of my past videos, I did do the big chop in my life, and I was going through things when I did the big chop. So we all know what that means, except she just kind of went in kind of like the Britney Spears, over there like that. So I don't know, we're gonna get into her in the show. She is not a peach holder, as they would call it, on Atlanta Housewives, but this girl right here is gonna be stirring up some stuff. She don't got that, she gonna be stirring it up. So they introduced us to her, and they introduced us to DJ Quicksilver's wife. Okay, so when it comes down to DJ Quicksilver, we know him as in being from Maryland. You done heard him on the radio. Like, I'm used to hearing him on the radio. That's how I actually, that was the only person that I actually like was familiar with from this show, you know, from the area of like Maryland and everything. Because on 92Q, which is 92.3 FM, what we usually listen to, he's on that radio station. He's been on that radio station for years, like since I was like young. I think he's a little older than me, so that's why I can kind of say that I remember him on the radio station for a while. Other than that, I don't know much about his personal life, everything like that. This is kind of new, but we do remember him from the radio station and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of interesting. I have seen him and his wife, you know, from Instagram and everything like that, but I never like actually seen them on a personal, like more into their life type thing. So this is gonna be interesting. His wife seemed like she is gonna be one of the firecrackers, you know what I mean, because, you know, she just came off like, hey, I'm that, you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna see. The other lady, which is like the older one, she seemed like she still knows how to get her point across, you know. And then we had Monique. It seemed like, you know, she just Monique. She just seems like she more like, when I'm talking, I want you to listen. I'm the best in the room, and I'm the best that ever did it type, you feel me? So then they get into where Monique and her husband, they are in their house. They got a real nice house. Her husband is an ex-football player. I personally don't remember him, only because like I just wasn't in that deep, you know. I only remember the football players that was like kind of had certain names sometimes, just is what it is. But he do seem like he was a big guy, and for something that they doing, they able to make enough money to live the way that they live in. So if somebody is still able to do something around that house. So they just was, you know, working out. She running her business. She got her whole business set up in her house. Like, it seemed like, you know, she got stuff all over the place, but she gotta do what she gotta do, because you gotta make that money. And she seems like a entrepreneur type of lady, where, you know, she don't just go out and work and clock in. She gotta figure it out from her house, and I don't knock that. So nothing wrong with that. I ain't gonna stick on that too long, because we gotta get into, you know, more what's going on. Even though it wasn't like much drama hitting on the first episode, because, you know, when the first episode hit, you never really get that drama. It got to build up, because everybody got to kind of fill everybody out. Everybody got to kind of see who's the messiest, who gonna say this, what's gonna go on here. That's how all the drama usually starts. So then we get into Erna. I want to say, I don't know if I said her name wrong, but, and her husband is Jamie. They have 3 kids, and they've been married for 26 years, which is good. That's how I knew she was older. When I first seen the lady, I said, she older. And that's the one thing, like, you know, with these reality shows, sometimes it's like, you know, even though we like to see these seasoned black people, you know, on some of these black reality shows that, you know, have been successful and that have seen success and trying to be successful, but it's like, can we get some young, fresh, you know, people sometimes too, you know. Even though this is still cool, it's just like, gosh, why everybody gotta be just like in their 40s and 50s, and you know what I mean, just to like kind of give us this idea of being successful. You know, why can't we just like kind of give people opportunities that's in their 20s, in their 30s, like start giving those people opportunities to get on these shows and stuff like that, so we can build our brands up, you know, so we can build ourselves up. You know, everybody gotta be so old now. But anyway, they're the most oldest couple, which they seem like the best couple, honestly, when it comes to not their marriage, but just overall how they carry their situation. You know, you seem like, you know, you're going to get a lot of like, just if you just sit back, you're going to learn from them. Just, you gotta sit back. That's what I'm going to get into later, because they had the anniversary, and Monique was so pressed about getting them to do a Q&A, which was unnecessary. You know, if you sit back and you be around these people long enough, you know, you'll get to find out a lot. You know, just sit back, you feel what I'm saying? But anyway, these people got 3 kids. All their kids is much older. I don't know if he's the youngest or if he's the middle child, but one of them is like he disabled. He got like a vision problem, but I don't, he 21. I don't know if he's the youngest of them or the middle one, but I know the oldest one is the one that they having like some issues with. And later on, I guess we're gonna see that he has some legal issues going on. That's what the whole issue is, why he haven't been, I guess, getting along too well with the dad, because he's probably trying to avoid the situation, you know what I mean? So yeah, they're getting into that. They ready to celebrate their anniversary. Her husband seemed like he pretty, you know, well-rounded, older person. You know, he done did his thing. You know, he's been successful at what he is. He done blase, right? But they still all older people. So, you know, we all hope to be that successful, or at least some level of success when we get that age. So I'm proud of them, but can we still see some younger, can we still give some of the younger people some opportunities on these reality shows? So then we get into DJ Quicksilver and his wife Ashley. We get into their house. They got 2 kids. They've been married for I think 10 years, which is still good, you know. It seemed like to me the DJ Quicksilver wife issue is he worked too much. That's what it seemed like the whole issue is with their marriage. You know, they got 2 kids, which is good. That's a good number to have, great number. And it's a boy and a girl, which is nice level. They got like kind of like the perfect image looking of a family when it comes to the image. That's like the happy household, right? You know what I mean? The married wife, son, daughter, like the son is the oldest, the girl is the youngest. It's like perfect, ain't it, you know? But it seems like from the outside looking, well, coming in on the inside, it seemed like her issue is him just working a little bit too much, and it seemed like she just carrying on all the load of just taking care of the house, taking care of this, taking care of that. But I'm assuming he must be the one that's like bringing in more money, so he, you know, does the work in. I don't know. We'll find out. It's not like she actually was down in him. It's just like how we do as women, you know. We just feel like we need help at all. You know how it is, just constantly being and as women, sometimes women just cry out for help. Even if you probably getting more help than you realize it. It's just that's what women does, you know. So then, we finally get to see the little Jamie, who is the older lady who's been married for 26 years. That's her oldest son, who is in this legal issue. We finally get a scene with him at the car dealership. I guess his mom is trying to get him a car. I don't know if the scene was like kind of like put together, even though the car dealership was a realistic car dealership, because that's what a real car dealership looked like when you out just getting like used cars, you know what I mean? That was really, you know, a real situation. I don't know if they end up was getting him a car, or if she just kind of wanted that scene with him, or if she told him, hey, I'm gonna help you, you know, get a car if you come on here and do this scene. Who knows? I don't know. But the scene was kind of like where she was just talking to him, which I feel like that's all real. Any mother, you know, cares about her child. Let's get back to it. You can fake a lot of things, but you can't fake your kids and the relationship you have with your kids. That's like something that's, I know that's for real. So, you know, she's more concerned about her son, and she want him to do right. And, you know, just a caring mother, you know. And she probably end up going to be the one that's probably going to get the car and probably going to help pay for the car, because that's just probably what a mother does if she's able to do it, especially for her oldest son, which is probably her pride and joy, you know. So they just had their concerns about him. He seemed like just one of them young boys, you know. He 25 years old. He getting caught up into that life of once you get introduced to just the alcohol and like smoking a little bit, you know, everybody can't handle smoking, you know, like smoking weed, you know. I'm not going to say the boy smoking hardcore drugs, but everybody can't handle it, you know what I mean? Like when you first get into that world, it's not for everybody. Some people, it can really take you under, you know what I mean? Like it can give you this like whole other world that you be in, you know, and you don't realize it because it's not for everybody, but you enjoy the way that it make you feel. And he seemed like he that boy. Like smoking don't even have to be his thing. Like he could go on and do a lot of other things because he got real good parents, you know what I mean? His grandma stayed at the house with him. Like the mom got so much support, Like, he don't have to do it, but he do it because he young, and that's what you do when you young. But some people just get caught up in it, and they can't handle it the way that other people can handle it. You know, some people gotta go through all these other motions, you know, just to do it. So I don't know, maybe he just need to get him a medical card, you know, and sit at home and just get a regular job and do something like that. Maybe he got a medical card. I don't know. Maybe he just need to quit. Who knows? But we'll figure it out along the way, because it's a lot going on with that boy. So then we get to the anniversary party. Okay, anniversary party. Everybody coming in. We got Monique and her husband. We got DJ Quicksilver and his wife. They show up. And then the people walk in. That's the 26-year anniversary. The husband actually looked real sharp. You know, he was actually, you know, you could tell like he do this for real all the time, like just dressing up. He's the older type, you know what I mean? You could tell he's just the older dress up type of guy. He seemed like he more from DC, really DC. You know, some of the other characters seem like they mean more from Maryland, like as in the city parts of Maryland, not just, you know, like this to me personally. But he seemed more like DC to me. So then, you know, everybody walk in, and Monique is just so pressed about them doing the Q&A and this and this and that. It's just like, it's not the right time, Monique. Why are you trying to make everything about you? I don't know if you're the one that started the show. I don't know if you recruited these people, but you cannot make people just do what you want. Like, that's Monique's problem. She is like a real like bossy type person for nothing. You know, she like want people to do stuff over and over and over and over for nothing. Like, it's stuff that's just like unnecessary stuff, you know what I mean? It's like she the type of person where she'll sit up and just like for instance, we're gonna get to this part. She told her husband, you need to make a list about all the things that you about yourself, you know, and she making a big deal about it. I understand it's for her marriage, but sometimes you can make a big deal about things that's like, come on now, that's elementary stuff, you know what I mean? Let's do a Q&A. It's the 26th anniversary. Everybody out trying to have a good time at party. Let's have a Q&A about how y'all was able to stay married. Like, we got plenty of time to do that. We can get together on just a night out and just get together and do that. We don't have to sit down and do this at these people's anniversary. Like, you know, it's a time and place. And they just, you know, just chill out. So then they had a scene where the son finally got to speak with the dad, which is the older, I keep saying older people, y'all, please, that's just, I gotta get, you know, we gotta get the characters, you feel me? But the older couple that was married for 26 years, their 25-year-old son, he finally met up with the dad at the anniversary. And just his dad, what I liked about it, his dad kind of pulled him to the side, away from all the people. And, you know, he had a little talk with him about, you know, just, you know, the father-son talk, like, you know, I'm here for you, son, you know. And the son kind of you know, understand that his dad is here for him. I think he feared his dad more than anything, and I know how it is being that age. At that age, sometimes you just try to like stay away from your parents, because, you know, when you doing things that you know that you in your own world, sometimes you just don't want to be around your parents all the time, you know, because you just want to, sometimes it's like you had this fear, especially like when you smoke. Like, one thing about smoking, it make you real paranoid, and sometimes you be scared of normal everyday things. You know, you could be high and you could be scared to just go inside of the grocery store knowing you need groceries, but because you high, it's like going in the grocery store, it feels like you just walking into a ring of death. You know what I mean? And that's what it does to him. So he's at that age where what he doing, he really can't handle it. So he don't want to approach things that's normal. You know, his parents are normal, everyday people that want to see him, but it just feel like he just fears walking in their house. This is the drugs. You know, that's what drugs do. You know, they do that to you. You know what I mean? So they had a little talk, which was good. They showed up. Everything was good there. It's all pretty cool, y'all. You know, pretty cool. So then on the last scene, which is not nothing major, is getting back to Monique trying to make somebody do something. She's going back and forth with her husband because he was supposed to make a list about who he really is, and he haven't did it yet. It's been a whole month and he hasn't made the list. Can you just make the list? I wanted to make the list for him. I wanted to say, okay, what is it about yourself? Okay, let me write it down for you. Here you go, Monique. Here you go. Here it is. It's about himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. We got bigger issues going on in the world. You got this big house, all this stuff to do in your house. You feel what I'm saying? You done got this nice lifestyle. You on TV. You look good. Your body good. You in shape. You know, like, you got all this hair in your head, wearing your head down like that. Maybe she should take out some of the hair. You know, it's the hair wearing everything. I don't know. You know, she got everything going on. Like, leave this man alone. Leave that man alone. That man in there trying to work out. He barely able to even bend down and work out. Y'all getting old. Leave that man alone about a list. He probably forgot. He probably was sleepy. You know, men get sleepy when they that old. So it's like, just leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. Alright, so that was pretty much the episode, y'all. So we're going to stay up to what is going on, you know, over time. I'm glad I was able to review this show. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts about this show. Make sure y'all go watch it too, because it's on the OWN network, but you can watch it on a lot of different networks. You can, if you got cable, of course you can watch it on cable. If you got like the Amazon Prime, you can download the app. And if you got like a cable service or whatever, you can download the you can link your cable service to the app, or if you have anybody that has cable, you can just link their cable to the app. You can watch it on Philo, something like that. Any network that got like things like that, you can watch it on there. So just go check it out. Tell me what y'all think, and I'll be back next week with my thoughts on the episode next week. So thank y'all for watching. Bye guys.
Hot conversations, outrageous. You smile and I smile.